and welcome to A Few Minutes With. Today I'm talking to Juan Romero, founder, CEO and president of API in Tampa, Florida, a company Juan has had for 35 years. Today Juan's going to talk to me about bold and expressive restaurant interiors. Hi Juan, tell me a little bit about this topic. Are you seeing more bold interiors?
You know, Amanda, it is crazy how much more bold expressions and bold interiors are coming into play in the restaurant industry. You know, some of it I think is driven by competition. Uh, you know, it's like any business, uh, especially restaurants, have to compete for their audience. And so while there's a loyalty component to it, I think a lot of the stuff that happens in the industry to make great designs has to do with competitive issues, has to do with you know people wanting to find new places to go, people wanting to invest time in new experiences. And so all of that pulled together continues to uh, embark owners and clients into putting together restaurants and or experience that are bold and really speak to the audience.
Can designing a bold and expressive interior, Juan, go too far? Are there areas where it can actually go wrong?
You know, I think about that all the time because uh, in our practice we pay a lot of attention to um, making sure that the jockey matches the horse. And so there's a quote that I've heard that it is the if the desire doesn't match up with the performance, you've got problems. And so yes, there's times that you can go way too bold uh, and not have it work. But typically, if you pay enough attention to the reasons why you're designing something like this, you keep that in check.
What challenges do you have these days when you're designing these more flamboyant restaurants? Are there challenges you're up against?
Well, for sure, budgets, right? Budgets seem to drive uh, almost too many things nowadays. But challenges are with finding the right materials that you want to use, communicating that with your client, and having a really good relationship with them so that it's a smooth process. Um, Furniture, doing furniture, whether you're speccing existing or you're actually customizing, those are all challenges that come into play when you're wanting to do something really bold and spectacular, if you will. Uh, and like that, there's a million other things that come into play.
Juan, when you're designing these bold restaurants, for the bold elements, do you also have to have a kind of counteracting subtle element so it's not really, too much for someone to experience?
Um, there is that, but at the end of the day, um, even a bold experience takes uh, an amount of I would call it levels of the experience. Um, you don't want to shoot your best things right as soon as you come in, and then you don't have anything else to experience. But I think it has to do with consistency of the experience, and I don't see if the thought is there a lesser experience and then a higher experience. There's a little bit of that, but what you're looking for is something that tells the right story at the right pace, and but it's all inclusive. You don't want something that falls apart at a certain area. Bathrooms, for instance, you know, it is amazing what these bathrooms are looking like nowadays. They're as good of a design as the rest of the restaurant and anything else that you're doing. Um, so, I think we had a conversation at one time about, private dining rooms as opposed to other spaces within the restaurants. For instance, a project that we did, Fleming's Restaurant, that's the flagship project. Yes, there's a champagne room that is way over the top compared to the rest of the restaurant, but the restaurant is way over the top. So it was special features, special fixtures, special lighting, an exposed environment to the outside that makes this champagne room something that from the moment you park, if you're not going there, you're leaving going, boy, I want to go in there someday. So there's this aspirational quality of these things.